Canberra Metalheads.
The Archives.
Me and You Season 2. Alright, let's kick it.
Hello and welcome to the interview section. You've got Marky Malphas
and JDecay,
and joined here with the guys from Innaxis. From left to right, we've got
Gueva's vocals,
Debray on the drums,
Dylan on the guitars,
Lachlan on the bass.
Awesome, man. And Suffocating Thoughts, the song that you guys just finished recording at the studio here in Canberra. Those guys that did that album also did the Clarity of Chaos album as well, so it's a good little crossover. We've had those guys on the show, and it's good to be able to get other people in that are using this same local studios, man.
It's good to be here. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, cheers. We noticed like a nice slow intro to that last song, good build up and lead. What sort of led you to that style of intro? Did anyone sort of just think of it, or did it just happen organically?
A lot of that song I wrote majority of it in one day. We made a few changes here and there.
Yep.
And I don't know, it just kind of fit well. You just build it up and then it just comes in really fast and heavy, and it was good to have that dynamic.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was more in the studio where we pretty much came up with the idea of trying to get that atmospheric start to it, because you don't really get that effect on your amps and stuff like that. But in the studio, we had the opportunity to actually play around with some ideas, and actually smoothing out the songs a little bit better. And that atmospheric sound that it brings in the start, because almost, I get the feel that you want the song to go, but it doesn't go, and it just keeps on drawing you back, and until it all kicks in, and it's like, yeah, that's what we want to hear.
Yeah,
So,
exactly right.
Yeah, it's good to hear, man. You notice like a lot of albums will have a song in there like that they use to draw you into it, and that definitely does it. That one there that's the title track of the next album, is that right, or is that how you're working it? Or
Suffocating Thoughts is just the title track for this EP.
Of the EP, sorry, yeah, cool. So, and is that the first track on the EP?
Yes.
Yeah, so it sort of draws you in as a nice intro track, and it's why I'm glad we had it on for the intro for the show. Like you said, you guys have got a lot of gigs coming up.
Yeah,
you've got one
Next Friday.
Yeah, we've got one next Friday, which is a drop in for a band that pulled out, which is cool that you guys just have that quick turnaround. Are you guys all based in Canberra?
Yeah.
So it makes it easy to be able to fill in. But then also like gigs like Trapped Under Ice, man, they've been going for a while now, and they got a good following. So it's great to be able to just drop in and start that straight away.
Yeah, we do feel that, it was something on number 99, and we're very, very stoked to take it, but I think this is going to be that gig that we can put ourselves out there, and people can actually see who we are, because there's going to be a couple of big bands, and I would imagine there'll be a fair bit of fans, people around there, so I think if we can come in there, blast everyone away, and we can, steal someone else's fans, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, that's cool, man. Well, see, the thing is, like, other bands' fans also become your fans as well. Like, people will go to watch one band and that might not know you guys, or only just haven't seen you guys gig, obviously being your first one. So it's cool to be able to go, all right, now we already have a few new likes on the page, a few new followers, that sort of stuff. Because a lot of it is based on social media now, and your reach. I know that with our show, we get a fair few new followers and things, especially having a website as well. It just gets better.
Thanks for letting us steal some of your fans.
Yeah, mate, do it.
No, man, we did.
Sort of share and share alike, man.
So
that's how you build the scene up. We're all about that community, eh?
The way I see it is, if two bands have one fan each and they both like each other's, now they both have two fans. It's like it multiplies that just organic way, as well as like influences from other things. Like, so someone might say, oh, I really like that riff it's like a death metal riff. I really like death metal. That's what I enjoy. What sort of influence do you guys have? I know that there's you know, are you like in the metal, new metal, death metal? I can hear in one song. Where's all that come from?
I guess we sort of got each member has their own sort of influence that they bring to the table.
Yep.
For me, it is new metal.
I bring the thrash metal / death metal influence.
Sick.
Yeah, I would say what core.
Yeah.
Basically, Dave.
Groove.
Groove, definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
A big Lamb of God fan.
Excellent, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's funny enough, I'm actually trying to establish my own style of vocals, but I do take a fair bit of influence from tech death bands. I do love a lot of tech death. Some black metal. I really do like that high pitched stuff. Specifically, Danny. I would love to do a Danny Screech at one stage, I'll try to go throughout the banks. You know, not just do a mid scream. You know, get some serious gutturals in there and get into the highs as well. But I mean, everyone brings their own thing in, and I think that's what's making the sound. I mean, Zach, that's not here, other guitarist. He's full on the progressive side of stuff, and I think that's what makes the sound of Innaxis. We do feel that we've got something different that we bring to the show, and that's what makes it. There's all these different influences.
Excellent, man. Yeah, I hear that. Like we were talking about the guitaring, and you know, you're saying about tech death and things like that. We get a fair few bands on the show which, you know, have insane guitaring, and I noticed there was a cool solo at the end of that, towards the end of that last track. So it's good to be able to, you know, like I said, influence is what makes it. And if you have like a prog guitarist, a lot of prog bands have rad solos as well. Like it's all about that lead up and peak and all different levels. But also writing as well. Like you might have like someone that writes a song and then another member in the band changes it. I know that as Flesh Decays, the drummer writes a lot of their tracks. Do you guys have a specific writer in the band, or do you share the role?
I'd say it probably comes down to mainly Dupree and I. We kind of build the backbone of the song, and then everybody else piles in and we make changes, add harmonies, rearrange the structure of the song. But I think to break it down, it probably starts at you and I.
Yeah, basically
I
Dylan,
just bring a heap of riffs, and
basically Dylan just comes up with a riff and I'll add to it, and we tweak it until it works, and take it from there.
If I can cut in there, we're very fortunate to have what I call a riff machine, and Dylan pumps out 10, 15 riffs a day, which he just sends up on our group chat. And that's where I can give you a bit of an idea. He pumps them out. Duppy says, yes, that can work. And he starts putting them together. Funny enough, he takes some of this and some of that. He starts adding them together. And when we get to rehearsal, he's like, right, dude, remember this riff? And he plays it on his phone. Yeah, do that with that with that. And it just starts there. And then everyone just starts throwing their stuff in. And vocals-wise, between Dylan and I as well, Dylan will throw me 2 verses of something. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to work with that. And start building on top of that, and a lot of obviously influences that happens to us day by day, you know, stuff that you go through personally, which adds to that lyrics, which is
stuff that people can relate to.
Yeah, that's the whole idea.
Yeah, exactly. Like on that subject with the track and EP named Suffocating Thoughts, is there any influences to there? Anything that you want to share with the show?
Suffocating Thoughts is a different one. I went through a rough patch in my marriage just a while ago, and that's where that song pretty much originates. And in today's life, myself being a college teacher, we sit with a lot of mental health issues at school, and that song and within this issues that I had within my relationship, there was a lot of mental health that played a role in there. And what I tried to bring out with this lyrics, actually weird, is that it's just this guy who felt like he's being suffocated by his partner. His partner's just not giving him breathing space, not allowing him to be himself. And it got to a point where he just lost it, killed the person. And as he killed the person, actually realized that wasn't really what was going on. He said he's just sick. He was a sick man. Yeah. And that he was actually supposed to go for treating and stuff like that. And so it was just a different take to it.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
So
Yeah, it's like all hypothetical stuff where it's, you know, you can put yourself into someone else's situation through the medium of music. You know, you can kind of recreate that feeling. I know that a lot of music helps generate thoughts. I know that when I listen, like you're saying before, man, you're a fan of Lamb of God. I listen to any of the stuff from Wrath, and it reminds me of where I was when I first heard it. You know, like music definitely has a lot of emotion attached to it, and that's what makes it what it is. And especially metal, like there's a lot of emotion that goes into it.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, I think all of us has been in that spot where metal has been the one that pulled us out of it.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's what we all can relate.
Yeah, that's exactly right, man, and that's what I like to push with the show. A lot of people that, you know, might not know many people that come out to gigs. You get to know people, you get to have friends, make friends, all through music, which is and like a common interest, which is, you know, it helps everyone get through it. But the track Ashes, we're talking about the some of the clean vocals in the track as well. So it's good to have a bit of variety and a bit more of a unique sound. Like you said, you can. It's good when you get to a point when you can hear a band and know that that's them without looking at the track name or album or, you know, artist or anything. You're just unique sounds. I know that, like we mentioned Lamb of God before, I get that with them. You can tell Randy's vocals when you hear a track, or when you hear
signature drums as well. Yeah, different time signatures that are like accents as well. But yeah. Usually that's achieved with gear. We're a big gear nerdy here at 2XX. So, anything that you guys use specifically?
Fender Bassman 250.
Yeah.
And I got two Yamaha, one 5-string and a 4-string.
Here comes the list.
I use Dean guitars. I do have other guitars, but mainly for Innaxis I just use the Deans. I have a V255 Blades Dime Edition, a Razorback 6-string, and a Dean ML 7-string. That's mainly what I use for Innaxis. That gets me through for now. As for amps, I'm using an Ashton amp head running through not a typical cab, but just 2 speakers for now, and that gets me by.
Yeah, well, what can I say? I don't have a really good drum set. Prefer like using paste cymbals and Sabians, mostly combined. Drum kit I have at the moment is just, it's really not a good kit. I'm looking to upgrade that sooner or later. And I especially concentrate on a snare to give it a nice tight sound, something that stands out a bit. It's a DW 10-inch, so normally it's a 13-inch, but I decided to go a bit smaller, get it punched through. Hey, so
Nice.
Yep.
Oh, just a good old SM58.
Yeah,
that is it. And then I just recently picked up a Boss something vocal pedal. Just gives it a little bit of round effect and helps with that bit of a radio effect on a clean voice.
Sick.
Yeah, nice, man. Yeah, the gears, you know, sometimes, like you mentioned with Dean guitars, a lot of people will choose a specific type and stick with it. So in the early stages of, you know, working out what works for you, I know that some people sort of switch for depending on, like you said, what bands they're playing for or what music they're doing. I've seen bands at the bar that'll be midway through a set and they change the song and they have a different guitar and swap it out. So yeah, I know there's a whole bunch of different sounds you can get from different things, like, and pedals as well achieve different sounds. I know that for the recent gig at the bar with Bayview Suspect, they changed the head midway through, switched to like a mini head that he had like off the stage. He like races over and swapped it, pulled it all out the back.
Yeah, that'll be Mesa versus a PV5150.
Yeah.
Good thing about those new mini heads, man. They don't take up too much room. You can take 2 on tour, you know.
Yeah, swapped it out. Like, so he was using the like the back line, but then he just bought his own like mini head. So yeah, it's pretty sick.
I'm loving those new Moen pedals, man. Have you seen them?
No, man.
It's like a pedal, and it's a 150 watt amp in a pedal.
Oh,
The dude's from like Rings of Saturn. He's like, man, check this out. This is the pink one, and he's like pulled out this pink Moen pedal. He's like 150 watt,
Yeah,
so,
in a
and
pedal.
it's like amp modeling his whole entire rig.
Yeah, right.
One little 150 watt amp pedal.
That's cool.
Yeah, man. Well, like I said, when it comes to touring, like you said, you're going from the 13 down to the 10. It's sometimes easier to travel with a smaller set.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, but it's more about tonal with the DWs. Like you know, you just got that nice timber. I know it's a steel frame and stuff, but when I say timber is a different word. You know.
Yeah, I'm basically going for that upper-tone sound.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
Clang to it, hey.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, give her a good smack.
Yeah, give her a good smack, mate.
Yeah, that's it, man. That's like
sorry.
dude, it's like Darren from Clarity Chaos used his kit for the back line at the same gig, and then he played with the Metallica and Slayer as well with the same kit. So it was like for multiple different sets, the same kit, and even the touring bands were like, "Oh man, do we get to use that kit?" And he's like, "Yeah, man, that's
awesome.
We're not using the rental kit. We're going to use Darren's kit." So like they were stoked because it like had a full wrap and everything, like the like good doubles and everything. So I mean, I know that they recorded that last album with that same kit. So like I seen him do like Metallica and Slayer with the same kit as they use for Clarity Chaos, which is cool. But yeah, Darren's been like drumming for years, man. He was in the first ever metal band to win the Triple J Unearthed competition. So that was like a big win for the Canberra scene back in the day.
Yeah, right.
So what shows have you guys got coming up?
We're Trapped Under Ice next Friday, and then we'll have Can Survive Festival at the Basement, that's on the 17th, and then the Three Broken String show, which is on the 31st of August.
Yep.
And then we've got our first headlining show at the Transit Bar, and that's on the 12th of September.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think there's a bit of an idea that we might want to have a look at the Foundry in Wollongong before the end of the year, and maybe something in Sydney as well. For the moment, we just got those four.
Good kick.
Yeah, we've after the Transit, we'll probably go into studio again. We've got another 3 songs that we wanna record.
Yeah.
And then if all goes well, Dylan will have another baby throughout October, so we're just gonna take it easy throughout that time.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he won't have one. His missus will have one. So yeah, we're gonna just take it easy, give the guy a breather throughout that time, and then we're also looking at maybe Liftoff. Just jumping into Liftoff. I've actually judged 2 years in a row. I've judged in Liftoff. I know old Jerry there used to be my neighbour, and just thought this year we're gonna give it a go ourselves and not just judge, just go in there, give it a crank. I mean, Stones went through there, Stones Throw and Hostel, Old Kid and Hurricane, they went through there. I was actually part of their selection process to get them through there, which I was very kind of say proud of, because I did a bit of what's the word? I have to do a bit of convincing, because it's funny in these type of shows where as soon as people hear metal, they're automatically negative towards it. It's hard. I mean, everyone there in the metal bands are way more skilled than all the other guys, but we get that prejudice. It's already there. So I work hard in these competitions to just tell the guys, okay, right, just look at the musicianship, look at their performance on stage. Don't listen to the music as much, but look at what they bring to the stage compared to the other guys. And they're like, yeah, this is great. You're actually right. These guys are good.
That's why I just wouldn't be a good Uber driver, man, because I just blast me. I get like 0, I get like a 1-star rating just because of how often people. It's like, don't worry about what he plays, just look at how he drives. All so bad.
That's why you're getting the 1 star.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, blame the music.
On
It's
the
actually my
level.
driving. But yeah, that's good, man. It's good because we had Hostel on when after they just changed the name from Kitten Hurricane, and a lot of that name change was so that people took them more seriously. They actually said on the show when we were Kitten Hurricane, people weren't sort of putting us in bigger lineups and stuff, but then once we took ourselves more seriously, people took us more seriously.
Yeah, definitely.
And Hostel's like a badass name, so like
we had a
changed
bit of a
it.
chat. I remember after the show as well, we had a bit of a chat, and they said, yeah, no, they're changing the name. And at that point, I didn't know it was Hostel because I think that was 2 years ago. I think they were still going as Kitten Hurricane on that show, and it was just after that which they've changed the name.
Yeah, and then they put out Malevolence, their album, which
That's right.
We kicked ass that one.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was a really good move on their part, and they've played a couple of big shows since then. I know they got the Chelsea Green support.
That would have been sick. They did the Ocean Sleeper support.
Ocean Sleeper as well. Yeah. Yep. So all good things on their part. So it seems like sometimes a name change can take it to that next level.
Yeah.
So speaking of names, guys, how did you guys come up with Innaxis?
Want to go about it? Oh, look,
It was a long process. Very long process.
It was crazy. You think of something, you chuck it in Google, and it's already there.
Yeah.
And it was an epic few months that we tried, and we tried everything. We did combinations of our names. We literally did everything. I mean, you go onto sites that's like band name creators. It's just a bunch of crap anyway. But I think essentially what we wanted our name to mean, or to have some type of a meaning where, what, metal is like a family. It doesn't matter whether you're rich or poor, whether you're old, young, black, white. It doesn't matter who you are. You're accepted in the metal family, And where I think Innaxis originally was just the word in axis, And I mean, that's like the center line, or that divides something into, or whatever the case, like a symmetry, or bringing stuff into equilibrium. And I think that is where we went with it. Just it's the middle point of everything. And it's where everyone can come together. Does it make sense what I'm saying there?
Yeah, I get that.
And then we just didn't like in-axis, and we just went for in, like INNAXIS, which looked better, felt better. And
yeah, cool,
that's
man.
where we got it from, something like that. Yeah,
sick. Yeah, that's good, man. I dig it. It's sometimes like you get names that you want to explain. Like, for example, I think I asked the same question to Hostel with their name change, and it's good to get off to a good start and have a good solid foundation and good name to start with, and build the band around the image, the online presence and all that sort of stuff, which you guys definitely have. I noticed a lot of good promo for your stuff already up online, so yeah, I dig seeing all that sort of stuff and getting the name out there, and getting out and going to gigs, and everybody sort of is more aware of you, which is what we need more of in the scene. So appreciate everything you guys have done so far, and looking forward to seeing some of your gigs coming up. I know I'll be at Trapped Under Ice to watch you guys there, and then again for the next gigs after that. So
awesome.
Looking forward to seeing you guys around, and listening to some more music. We'll close it up now with another track. But before we leave, cheers for coming on the show and being part
Thank
of
you
it.
very much for having us.
Yep.
Hi, Locke here from Innaxis. Damn it. Thanks.
Yaka, bam!